So, had a couple technical difficulties on that. I apologize. So, back to this lesson. So, our next question, it says, look at the problem on the previous page. Is the number of inches in 4 feet greater than or less than the number of feet? So, I think this is a poorly worded question, but let's just take a look at what it's asking. So, if we go feet, if we go inches, 1 foot, 12 inches, 2 feet, 24, 3 feet, 36, 4 feet, 48. So what it's asking is the number of inches greater than the number of feet? Well, obviously the answer is yes, but they aren't understanding the equivalency if that's the case. So we can put that, yeah, the number of inches is greater than the number of feet. And then we would just say an inch is a smaller unit of measurement okay, therefore you need more inches than feet to measure the same length. To measure the same length. All right, same right here. Okay, so I apologize about a poorly worded question, but this book is chock full of them. So look ahead. You solved the problem using the relationship between units to find the equivalent measure. You can use what you know about unit sizes and operations to convert other measurement units. The table shows equivalent measures of weight. Is an ounce a smaller unit or larger unit? Lights go off again, sorry. Than a pound. Well, let's take a look. If we go pounds to ounces, 1 pound is 16 ounces. So, is an ounce a smaller unit or a larger unit than a pound? Well, ounces are obviously, if we flip this, we can go ounces to pound, and this will kind of tell you right there. 1 ounce is 1/16 of a pound, so an ounce is definitely smaller than a pound. So a melon weighs about 2 pounds. How many ounces is 2 pounds? Well, just using our table, we've got this because we know we're just going to keep adding 16. So 2 pounds, 16 plus 16 is 32. So 2 pounds is 32 ounces. Suppose a basket of melons weighs 64 ounces. Well, let's continue our table. So we can just do that. Is the weight in pounds greater or less than 64 pounds? So I think this is kind of funny just looking at it over here, because let's just look and see what, first of all, 64 ounces is going to be. So we're going to go pounds, we're going to go ounces. 1 pound, 16 ounces. 2 pounds, 32 ounces. 3 pounds, 48 ounces. 4 pounds is 64 ounces. Now, that's not what it's asking, though. They want to know 64 pounds. So if I have 64 pounds of melons, only in math can you have 64 pounds of melons. So we're going to take 64 times 16, because the pound side would be our x, our ounce side would be our y, and we're doing x times 16 to equal y. So we're going to go 64 times 16 over here. So here is 16 times 64. 6 times 4 is 24. Carry the 2. 6 times 6 is 36, plus 2 is 38. Put a 0 in, and now it's just 1 times 64. 4 plus 0, 8 and 4 is 12. Carry the 1. And now we have 1,024 ounces. So if a basket of melons weighs 64 ounces, is the weight in pounds greater or less than 64 pounds? Well, the weight in pounds right here, we know it's 4 pounds. 4 pounds is less than 64 pounds. Okay, complete the table to convert ounces to pounds. Okay, and we've already done this, so take a look. So 16 ounces, 1 pound. 32 ounces, 2 pounds. You can see the pattern developing right here. Over here, from here to here, it's just plus 16. Down here, it is plus 1. So 1 pound, 16 ounces. 2 is 32. 3 pounds, same thing as our chart over here, is 48. And 4 pounds is 64. Now, we're going to skip this one today, go over to our next page. And as you all know, I bet when you saw this, you got all excited because you know how much I just absolutely love to do this page with you. So we're going to do some equivalent measurements. Okay, so let's just write a few of them. So equivalent measurements. So this is just right off of our conversions table. So we have 1 gallon equals 4 quarts. Okay, 1 quart equals 4 cups. Now, what is an equivalent measurement? Well, that is measurements that have the same value but are in different units. Measurements that have the same value but are in different units. Okay, so an example, we have 1 yard right here equals 3 feet. Well, here's what a yard would look like as a measurement. So we take it right here, the full thing is 1 YD, yard long, but in that yard we have 3 feet. Here's 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot. Let's go with another example. Okay, so 1 foot equals 12 inches. So we take the same thing. Here's 1 foot. So from here to here is 1 foot. And now all we'd have to do is turn it into 12 inches. I'm going to take each of these, I'm going to turn them into thirds on each of the halves, and then I'm going to cut those thirds, each of them, into sixths by cutting them in half, and each is 1 inch. So this is 1 inch. So 12 inches, 1 foot. Okay, next one. 1 day equals 24 hours. 1 hour equals 60 minutes. Okay, going with pounds to ounces. 1 pound equals 16 ounces. 1 ton equals 2,000 pounds. Okay, this feels kind of like old school for us because we've been working on this really hard. Okay, now let's remember, pause as we go. Now let's see if you guys can figure this out on your own. Take about 30 seconds. I'm going to have you turn your quarts into cups. Okay, 2 quarts equals, think about what 1 quart is. 1 quart's 4 cups, so 2 quarts would be 8 cups. 1 gallon. Okay, so if 1 quart is 4 cups, 4 cups make up a quart, right? And we have 4 quarts. 4 times 4 is 16 cups. Okay, 12 cups equals how many quarts? Okay, just divide the cups by 4. And then 8 quarts. Remember, 4 quarts per gallon. Pause this as you need. 8 quarts, 2 gallons. Okay, flipping this page for you. Just stick with us. All right. Mark is filling 1 cup containers with juice. He has 5 gallons of juice. How many 1 cup containers can he fill? Okay. So let's do 3 reads. That was number 1. So Mark is filling 1 cup containers with juice. He has 5 gallons of juice. How many 1 cup containers can he fill? Now, this is where immediately I'm going to make a table. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to do something useful so I can organize what I've got. So I've got gallons and I have cups over here. I know 1 gallon is 16 cups. 2 gallons, 16 plus 16, 32. And remember, we could put this on a coordinate grid and it would be a linear equation. X times 16 equals Y. All right. 3 cups equals 48. And 4 cups, or I'm sorry, 3 gallons is 48 cups. 4 gallons is 64. And then we have 5 gallons, which is 80 cups. Apologize if I said gallons to cups and got those backwards. So now all we've got to do is figure out how many 1 cups does he have? Well, we've kind of answered it already. So he's got 5 gallons of juice. So 5 gallons equals 5 times 1 gallon. And that equals, this is where we convert, 5 times how many cups are in a gallon, put it in parentheses, 16 cups. And then it's just the simple 5 times 16. Right over here, 5 times 6 is 30. Put down the 0, carry the 3. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8. And that leaves us with 80 cups. All right, so what's our solution? 80 cups. Okay, let's turn